Welcome, mighty companions. Anna Kujawa here, live from Ajijic, Mexico. Yay for us! It's a miracle. Yay for us. And so I'm going to do the opening meditation that I always do for my sessions. And tonight we have the lovely Barbie, who used to play for my classes. She's a harpist, and she's going to play for the meditation. So I'm going to do this so that you can see Barbie. Hi, Barbie. Hi, Angel Barbie. Awesome. And so welcome, everybody. This is Barbie Edwards. She is a harp healer. I'm going to sit next to her, and we're going to do the opening meditation with Barbie playing. And so sit back, relax, close your eyes, and enjoy and feel the love. Feel the love. All right, so here we go. So close your eyes and take a breath and breathe. First, just become aware of your breath. Just become aware of this moment now. You are here right now. And so is everything. Breathe it in. This is our opportunity to retire from the world for a few minutes and to seek reality instead. You deserve it. So we allow our minds to just come back home to the now. And to feel the everything that we are surrounded by. All the love that is now, all the joy that's here now, all the healing that's here now, all the peace that can't be shaken. It's all here right now where you are. And so we just breathe and feel it. Let reality be. For a moment, feel reality. Tune into it. The reality we share. The reality we share with each other and with God. The reality where there is nothing to fear. The reality in which there is no loss. The reality in which love never dies. This is our time to let all things be exactly as they are and rest in that. And as you rest in heaven's embrace, see if you can hear reality singing to you. That means heaven is now, which means you can be in heaven. You can experience heaven now. Say to yourself, heaven is here and now. Heaven is here and now in me. I am a child of heaven. I was born in heaven. I remain in heaven where God created me to be. And for just a moment, I'm going to let myself go home and rest in the arms of love in heaven, which is here and now. Telling you it loves you. See if you can hear it singing to you of its love, asking you to come home to where you are now. Take a few moments more to feel what it feels like to be home in heaven, where you were created and where you remain, where you can return time where you never left. Take a breath, and when you're ready, begin to bring your awareness back to the room and back into your body, sitting in the chair, in this place at this time, even if you don't want to. I know you don't. I know you don't. All right. Thank you, Barbie. Was that amazing or what? Wow, what a gift. Now you
understand why she brought them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now you understand why she had 2 big suitcases.
Yeah.
That was beautiful.
I live in Sedona, so if you ever want to come visit that.
That's right. She's in Sedona. She also sells these harps. She also, if you really, really, really want to love yourself, ask her to put it on your body and to play it for you.
Oh, yeah.
And maybe she'll even channel a healing song for you. So, is that okay that I offered that I reminded them that that's okay? Sorry.
What Holy Spirit said to
Yes.
say.
Oh, it's unbelievable. So she's also a channel, so when she sings for you, she is channeling God for you.
Well, that's another yes for today.
That's another yes, exactly. Right on. Okay. All right. Okay, so let me get this. All right. Hi, everybody. So, hi, Jennifer and Dusty and Tim. Awesome. Welcome. Welcome to this healing circle. So when you guys watching on Facebook or when you guys hear, whenever we come together to hear these ideas, these loving, purely loving ideas, whenever we come together to hear them, to be healed by them, we are creating a healing circle. We are creating by our joint purpose, our shared purpose, we are co-creating a temple of healing. Just by coming together in a shared healing purpose, a temple of healing forms around us, where all the weary ones from the world can come into and find their rest, find their healing. And so that's what we co-create. So thank you for joining in that healing circle, you guys watching and you guys here. All right, so the world thanks us. All right, so where we are is we're picking up where we left off last Wednesday, right before I came here to Ahihi. And where we're at, by the way, we're in the Complete and Annotated Edition. May I see this book for a second? May I see this? Okay. We are in the Complete and Annotated Edition of the course. It's the latest edition of the course. And this version of the course is where Robert Perry and I'm sure many others went back to the original notes, the handwritten notes of the scribe Helen Schuckman. And they went back and they found the writings and the material that was left out of this next 2 editions, the blue covered book and the black covered book. The black covered book has more of them. And then those writings were put back into this edition with notations by Robert Perry, who is a brilliant, brilliant Course in Miracles teacher, one of my favorites. So that's what is new about this book, and that's what's different. There is 45,000 words that were put in here that were left out of the first 2 editions. Yes. So, and it's so exciting and so different that I wanted to teach this book as well. All right. So where we're at is we are in chapter 2, section 3, and the title of this section is called True Denial. That's what we were reading last night when we had our informal thing here. And so basically, where we left off last night is also where we left off last week. So where we left off is paragraph 4, and the paragraph starts off with where it says, let's see if we can find it. It says, all right, paragraph 4 starts, oh, actually, you know what? I'm going to start on paragraph 5, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to paraphrase paragraph 4. That will bring us up to date and bring us into paragraph 5. So, so what it's about to talk about in paragraph 5 is how it was saying that that unless we recognize our complete dependence on God, okay, unless we recognize our complete dependence on God, then you cannot know the real power of you in your relationship with your Creator. Okay, where's your power? Where's your true power? It's in your relationship with your Creator. What kind of dynamic in our relationship? Our complete dependence on God. It says, unless you recognize your complete dependence on God, you'll never know the real power of yourself in your true relationship with your Creator. So, where does my power come from? Where does my strength come from? It comes from me remembering the true relationship I have with my Creator. There's a true relationship I have with my Creator. And unless I'm completely dependent on my Creator, I won't know how much power I really have through my Creator. I will not know how much power I have been given from my Creator. Now, until I'm dependent totally. What does that mean? Unless I recognize my complete dependence on God. Well, first of all, my specialness, arrogant ego goes, I'm not going to be dependent on anybody. I don't need to be dependent. I'm myself. I'm on myself. You know, what we've learned is total dependence means total weakness, right? I'm not going to be dependent on anybody. But this is saying that your true power comes from your true dependence, your total dependence on your real relationship with your Creator. Okay, so what does that mean? That means when I feel weak, when I feel unworthy, when I feel inadequate, when I feel like I don't have the strength, when I feel like I don't have enough, the only place that I will ever experience my true power is when I remember my true relationship with my Creator and I depend on that. I go to that. I go to that. I don't go to other people. I don't go to my past. I don't go to my own thoughts. I don't go to my memories. I don't go to anything outside of myself. I go to my true relationship with my Creator. And I say, help me. What's the truth? Help me. I think I don't have enough. I think I'm not enough. I think I need. I think I'm weak. And until we go always to our relationship with our Creator first, totally, then we'll never know our real power. So in this case, true power, real power comes from total dependence, but not on other people, not on things, not on power, fame, money, or physical pleasure or specialness. But we go to God, and not just go to God, but go to our relationship with God. Isn't that interesting? You'll never, what does it say? It says, you cannot know the real power of yourself in your true relationship with your Father. My power comes because I am in a true relationship with my Creator. That's why I'm safe. That's why I have power. That's why I don't need to be afraid. That's what provides everything I think I need. Real and imagined. Foolish needs and real needs. That's what provides everything. So, Anybody here in the space been going to some place else besides the true relationship with their creator for things they need?
Never.
Okay, never. Okay, of course. Yeah, that's because you're from Sedona. All you guys are enlightened out there.
What you like.
Okay, the two
Yes.
can leave now.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. So if you are not experiencing a sense of power, if you are feeling weakness, if you are feeling inadequacy, if you are feeling afraid, it's because you have been going somewhere else. You have been going to something else besides your true relationship with your Creator to meet your needs. I have needs. Go to your Creator. Go to your true relationship. Just like a child, because they have a true relationship with their parent, they go to their parent. I have a need. Here's my need. Here's what I think I need. So if you're feeling inadequate, if you're feeling any lack, if you're feeling any fear, if you're feeling any weakness, it can't be because that's true. There is no lack in you. There is no lack in the universe. It can only be because you're looking for love in all the wrong places. Yeah. Sounds like a song. Yes. What'd you say?
And then from there on, from God, we get guided to people who can help us at this very moment.
Exactly. Yes, you bring your needs. You bring your needs to your true relationship with your Creator, and your Creator meets your needs through whoever's around you, whatever's around you, whoever can get to you the soonest.
Right.
All right. Yes, exactly. So also remember that when you've gone to God and said, God, I whatever, you throw your needs upon Him. Said, cast your cares upon me. When you do that, then when your need is met, whether it's whatever it is, a real need for knowing the truth about yourself, or a foolish need, well, I need some money. You know, when the need gets met, then remember that it didn't come from that person. That, oh, that's God coming through that person. Thank you, God, and thank you, person, for your willingness to be the channel for it. Thank you. But remember where it's coming from, because if you forget where it's really coming from, you're going to attach to the person. But remember, your sense of power, real power, comes from your total dependence on God. So if you're starting to depend on a person or a situation or a place or a condition, then even though you have it, you're still going to feel weak. You're still going to feel insecure. You're still going to feel afraid, even though you got the thing, the need met. All right. Beautiful. Any other questions on that? Okay, let me see if there's any questions here. Kathy Hill says, I call to God, I sing to God, I dance to God, I breathe for the relationship with God. Yes, I go many other places, but this here and now live video moment I remember and say, God, here I am. Kathy, right on, girl. Beautiful. Beautiful. I love it. Jerry says I have an echo. Okay. Thank you, Jerry, for letting me know. I don't know what to do about that, but all right. Okay. So any other questions? And you guys on Facebook, if you have a question, put it in all bold caps, or not bold caps, but just caps, so that it will catch my eye that you have a question. So don't hesitate to ask questions, you guys on Facebook, and you guys as well. Okay. So here we go. It says, but I also, paragraph 5, but I also told you that you must recognize your total dependence on God, a statement which you may not have liked. How do you know? Yes, we don't like, you said, that was a statement that was made earlier that the author knew we didn't like it. And so saying, remember I said that earlier, and I know you didn't like it, right? Because remember, what we feel about total dependency is it means weakness. Well, yes, that's true. It does if you're depending on anything besides your true relationship with your Creator to meet your needs.
The ego always wants to be in control.
Exactly. To the ego, total dependence is total death, total weakness. All right. So then it says, God and the children God created are symbiotically related. This is stuff that's not in the first two editions. God and God's souls are symbiotically related. What does that mean? That means God and God's souls are completely dependent on each other. That's interesting. Now, I can see what he's talking about, me being dependent on God, but God being dependent on me? That's different. That's different. I never heard that anywhere. Then it says, the creation of you yourself has already been perfectly accomplished, but the creation by us, the children, has not been perfectly accomplished. God's creation in us, done. Our creation, not yet done. Okay? We're still like, oh, I'm a creator. I'm supposed to be creating. Oh, okay. Our creation, along the lines of our own creation, not complete, not accomplished. It says, God created us, God created children, so that God could depend on them. Why? Because God created them perfectly. Very different statement. Very unusual. God created us, what does it say? So that he could depend on us. Why can God depend on us? Because he created us perfectly. Perfectly means complete, by the way. Perfectly means lacking nothing, complete. So very interesting statement. I'm not sure myself what it means. This is one of those statements where you're not going to know what it means until you experience it. And there's a lot of those in the course. Yes.
Does that relate to the fact that when we're identified with our higher self or the holy child that lives within us, and we are totally dependent on God, and God can totally depend on us because there is no blockages and limitations.
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. And when you said that, I just saw that God, because we're God's children, then God needs us to be complete as the creator. Just like I created my child, she is a part of my completion. That means my completion is dependent on her. And then God's completion is dependent on all of us, meaning God is incomplete without all of us, every one of us. The Course in Miracles says when you are tempted to question your worth, oh, what's my worth? Oh, self-doubt. When you are tempted to question and doubt your worth, you're supposed to say this: God himself is incomplete without me. Even if you don't believe it. Don't forget that. You're supposed to say it even if you don't believe it. Why? Because it's true. And if it's true and you say it, then you get the benefits of truth. You get the power. You get the healing. You get the peace.
I can't help myself because you're
Please
opening
don't.
up my mind.
Yes.
The fact that God is incomplete without us, might that have to do with the fact that part of God created us? Part of God is in us. His spirit is in us. And in order for him to be complete, and since we're connected to him, it takes all of us to make him whole because parts of him are in us.
Exactly. That's exactly it. That's why God is as dependent on us as we are on God. That's why we have a symbiotic relationship with God. Remember it said your true relationship with God? Your true relationship with God is that we are in a symbiotic relationship. God needs you as much as you need God.
I'm thinking of the image of the god Janus. A face looking this way, and a
Yes.
face looking at two ways seeing.
Yes.
Same being.
Yes. Beautiful. Absolutely. Yes. A being that is encompassed by all of us, all of our faces. Now, if you knew that God himself needed you to be himself, well, what's going to happen to your self-doubt? What's going to happen to your low self-esteem? Goodbye. Wow.
What comes to me is the saying of Jesus, no one comes to the Father except through me.
Mm-hmm.
And it's the same, what you said, it's turned around.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
Exactly. And hi, Robert and Kathy. And Kathy says, and then God complete. I need you. You need me. God is complete. Exactly. Thank you, Kathy. Beautiful. Wow. Big thoughts. Whew. Our thoughts are teeny, 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 tiny. Here's little old me with all my little needs.
What's for dinner?
What's for dinner? What am I gonna do next? The course is like, no, I want you to think about, who you really are. What's really going on? What's really going on is that God himself needs you and is incomplete without you. And just as you, and then as you go to your true relationship with God for everything, your total dependence on your relationship with God to meet all your needs, whatever they are, real needs or foolish needs, real needs or imagined needs, then now you will know how powerful you are, and you will know how valuable and worthy you are, and someday you will never doubt again. And then you will experience heaven. You will be in heaven, because heaven is a state of mind. Heaven is an awareness of who you are and the true relationship you are in with your Creator. That's heaven. All right. So then it says, God gave us God's peace so that we would not be shaken, and so that we would be unable to be deceived. Wow. So God gave us God's peace so that we need not be shaken by any human error or any event, any human error, anywhere, anytime. God gave us his peace so that our peace would not be shaken. So your peace can't be shaken, because your peace is God's. He gave it to you. And the way God creates, he doesn't give you something that's partial, inadequate, that can be broken. So we have a peace that can't be shaken. So that's what he's telling us. That's hard to believe. You saying it's already in me? You mean say God gave it to me? God already gave me his peace? I already have a peace that can't be shaken by human error of any kind? For real? Is that real? That's what it's saying. So somewhere in there, somewhere in your mind, you have a peace that can't be shaken by human error of any kind, that you can access anytime you want for free. Wow. And this peace, so that's good to know, even if I don't believe it, still good to know, don't have to believe it. And this kind of peace that can't be shaken by human error of any kind is a peace that enables you, actually it makes you unable to be deceived. Woo-wee! How would you like that? Would you like to be able to have a peace that can't be deceived? So when the ego tempts you to give your peace away, or the ego tempts you to feel guilty, or when the ego tempts you to sacrifice to get some love.
No.
You're like, thanks but no thanks. Thank you anyway. That's you not being able to be deceived. You go, oh, nah, thanks anyway, bye. That's you being unable to be deceived when the ego tempts you to throw away your peace for nothing, for no good reason, which is anything we're upset about, by the way. Yes, at least that's what the Course says. So, all right. So, any questions? Any questions? Kathy again says, someday I will not doubt ever again. Remember, Kathy, beautiful message. Amen. Beautiful. Any questions so far here?
What's the best way to stay in touch with the peace of God?
It is to create the habit even more so than I know you do already have. When you have a need, go first to your relationship with God. Go first to your relationship with God. Oh, I got a need. I need some money. I need some love. I need some peace. I need some healing. I need some whatever. Close your eyes. Go talk to God. Say, God, I think I got some needs. And you said, God, cast my cares upon you. And so I'm going to cast them upon you. I think I need this, and I think I need that, and I think I need some of this, and I think I don't have enough of this, and I don't think I deserve this, and I think this was taken from me, and I think I lost this, and I don't think I have enough of this, and I think someone took this from me. You know, and do that first. Total dependence. Total dependence. Now, as you do that, then you're going to experience the peace that was already given us, that's built in. It's in our inheritance. And then peace. Yeah.
He knows your needs before you ask.
That's right. That's right. That's right. That's true.
You're supplied
That's true.
already.
That's
You
true.
just discover that.
That's true. Exactly. But we need to develop the new habit of taking our needs to God instead of to the world or to the past or to other people or to humans or to whatever. Yes.
And is that how he honors our free will choice?
Say more.
That he lets us
Oh yes.
choose
Yes. Yes.
whether
Mhm.
we want to
Oh yes.
ask him
Exactly.
for help.
That's exactly right.
or we want to lean upon our own understanding.
Exactly. That's true. If God was like, well, I see that you think you need some love or some money, here it is, then he's not honoring our free will. He's giving it to us without our asking. And of course, in Miracles says, when you ask, asking is you need to ask for it, because until you ask, you don't want it. And God honors your free will. So that's why it is that ask and you shall receive. It's not like God is like withholding, like, are you going to ask? It's not like that. But if you're not asking, God knows that means you don't want it. Because Lord knows when we want something, we ask for it. Right?
And what you want, you get.
That's right. Exactly. And so we're being taught to develop the habit of asking God instead of asking all the wrong places. Yes.
I was just going to say, I think one of the strongest points here is truly understanding the symbiotic relationship, because if you
Yes.
understand that, even
Yes.
scientifically,
Yeah.
and all of God's creations have a symbiotic relationship with God
That's right.
and spirit. And
That's
so
right.
when you understand that, you realize you can't do anything without that other part of your
Absolutely.
relationship. It's all in relationship.
That's right. And just as you were saying that, I saw something deep too, is that if we are in a symbiotic relationship with our Creator, then by not asking God and being totally dependent on God for all our needs, we're not allowing God to be God and to meet our needs. We're not allowing God to be the loving parent. The loving parent. If my child never came to me again and asked for anything, I would be bereft. I would be bereft. My joy as a parent is giving to my child. God too, same thing. God's joy is giving to us. And so if we don't ask God for everything, then God doesn't get to have that ecstasy, the ecstasy of creation, of giving to us. Wow. So we say, oh, I don't want to ask for too much. I don't want to ask for too much. I'm a nice girl. I'm going to be a nice person. I don't want to be a bother. I'm going to be humble. I'm humble. I don't want to bother anybody and ask. Well, that's the way we're like that with each other. We're actually, unfortunately, being like that with God. And imagine if your children stopped asking you because they didn't want to be a bother. I would be heartbroken. Yeah. Yes. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Sorry. What's the role that gratitude then plays?
Well, when you see God answering and meeting your needs, gratitude.
But what does that then do in terms of opening the channel to receive more?
Exactly. It opens a channel to receive more. Absolutely. When you go, thank you, God. All good things come from God. And just came through this body, came through that body, came through that body, came through that body, came through this situation, came through this check in the mail.
I just got a thought though. It keeps you hooked up.
Yes, that's it.
Yes.
Gratitude keeps you hooked
hooked
up
up
to
to God.
your source.
Yes.
Right, exactly. Right on. Yes.
And doesn't God also give without us asking?
Yes, always.
Yes,
Like the
indeed.
sun.
Yes, indeed.
But
Yes,
until we
indeed.
ask, we don't know very often.
Then we don't
how
know
to
we
receive.
received.
Correct.
Exactly. We don't until we ask. We don't know we have received.
Right.
It's like asking enlarges our ability to perceive
Right.
what we've already received. Because only when I ask do I feel like I deserve because I asked. So asking enables us to perceive what we have received.
Right.
That's what prayer does. It enlarges our perception to perceive what we've already had. It's not like when we pray, God goes, okay, well, since you prayed, since you asked, okay, I'll give you what you need. It just opens up our ability to see,
What is going on all the time.
yes, what is already going on all the time. Yes. So beautiful. All right. Any questions here? All right. Okay. Sarka says, what if God's not answering or I can't hear his guidance? Oh, good question. Sarka, thank you. The question is, what if God isn't answering or I can't hear his guidance? Great question. Okay. Sarka, according to the Course in Miracles, you can't ask God for something and not receive. That's impossible. Okay. So if you haven't perceived it yet, it must be that there's still fear there. There is fear to receive. And usually the fear to receive comes from the belief that we don't deserve it because we're feeling guilty about something that we could not do. We're feeling guilty about committing a crime that we could never commit. Okay? And so we don't feel worthy to receive what we want. And so we're afraid to perceive it. It is impossible that you ask love for anything and not receive. Love cannot deny a call that is made to it. That is impossible. You can't make a call to God, a call to love, and not hear you and answer you. So keep asking and if you don't perceive that you're receiving, then ask yourself, why am I afraid to receive? What makes me think I don't deserve to receive what I think I need and want? Ask yourself that question. And whatever comes to your awareness, bring it to your true relationship with your Creator and say, please correct this belief. Please correct and undo this guilt. Thank you. That's you going to your true relationship with your Creator and giving it your needs. I have a need to have this belief that I don't deserve it. Corrected. Thank you. Great question, Sarka. Thank you. Awesome. Okay. And then Jerry says we always have to heal our false beliefs. Amen. Yes.
And then I think the last lesson you did said you can do anything I've asked you to do. You can do any of these miracles. Blah 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 blah.
Blah, 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 blah. Yes, I know.
After the blah blahs.
Yeah, after all those blah blahs.
It said, but you cannot. But they cannot be performed in the spirit of doubt. And in this world, to hear God's voice is a miracle.
Yes,
I
it
mean,
is. You better got that right.
Total miracle.
Yes, it is.
And so
Yes,
to
it
ask, we are going to have to not ask and doubt. And to me, what that not
Yes.
asking and doubt is not asking and not trusting, just trusting
That's right.
that the answer will
Exactly.
come.
That's right.
And,
So sometimes we're asking, but we're asking in a spirit of doubt.
right.
And so sometimes the doubt clouds our perception. The doubt is the belief you don't deserve it. You're not worthy to ask something of God. We all learned you can't just come to God directly. You know you're too guilty for that. You know you have to have an intermediary.
You need a hope.
You know, you need a pope, you need a rabbi, you need a clergy, you need a psychotherapist. You know you can't just talk to God directly. Dang, that's blasphemy. You need to go say some Hail Marys or pay a penance or give some cash to somebody. What is your name again? Remind me of your
My name
name.
is Helena.
Helena. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Awesome. All right. So, next paragraph 6. Whenever you are afraid, you are deceived. Okay? Whenever you are afraid, here's what's happening. Your mind is not serving your soul. Very interesting definition of fear. Your mind is not serving your soul. Chances are good you're trying to get your soul to serve your mind.
You put the brakes on.
Exactly. Exactly.
And ego edged God out.
Exactly. Your mind is like, come on, soul, get with my program. I want to go do this and this and this. Why aren't you happy? Why are you crying, soul? Come on, soul, get with the program. And if your soul doesn't want to do it, then your soul, then you push your soul away. You turn away from your soul. You're trying to get your soul to serve your mind when you're afraid. Okay. So in other words, then it says, when your mind is not serving your soul, then this literally starves your soul by denying your soul its daily bread. Wow. So what is your soul's daily, so your daily bread comes from your soul. What really feeds you and nourishes you and heals you, body, mind, and spirit, comes from your soul. Your daily bread comes from your soul. But we typically are not tuning into the soul and serving the soul. We're just in the mind, thinking about what our mind needs. What does my mind need? What do I think I need? Instead of tuning into the soul and saying, hey soul, what do you need today? What do you need today? What do you want to experience today, soul? What are you feeling, soul? Oh, you just need to go lay on the ground for a couple hours today? Wonderful, well, let's do that. That's what you would do if your mind was serving the soul. But since our mind isn't serving the soul, the mind doesn't ask. And even if the mind does ask the soul, then the mind says, I'm too busy. I'm too busy to take care of you, soul. I have a job, I have a kid, I have a relationship, I'm very busy. And when we are like that, when we treat our soul like that, like a child who's calling to us, that we shove away because we're busy. Go away, little child. Go away, child. We shove it away, then we end up starving. Starving. Starving for love. Starving for joy. Starving for peace. Starving for self-expression. But starving either way. Wow. So what I hear there is an instruction which goes something like, okay, I'm afraid right now. I'm afraid, all right, what does that mean? That means my mind is not serving my soul. So what does that mean? That means I need to tune in to my soul. I need to tune into my soul and see what my soul is feeling and see what my soul is needing. And I need to serve that. And if I'll serve that, if I'll use my mind to serve that, then my fear will disappear. That's what I heard about an instruction about what to do with my fear right now.
Can you say some more about the soul, that concept of soul?
That's a great question. That's a great question. Barita was asking, say more about the soul. The soul is, one way of expressing that is the heart. And it's distinguishing the soul as separate from the mind. So, whereas the mind is what I think I should be doing, what I think I should be experiencing, the soul is something that is not thinking those things. It just is being, it just wants what it wants when it wants, but it's innocent. It's the part of you that is you aside from what you think you should be doing and what should be having and what should be happening and what should be happening besides now is the mind. And the soul is, here I am right now. This is me right now. So that's one expression of the soul. You know, your soul is the part of you, the innocent, the Christ child in you. The Christ child who just ceaselessly is asking you to go home. Can we go home now? I want to go home. I want to go home and breathe the fresh healing aromas of home, of heaven. I want to be home. I want to rest in heaven. I want to rest in God. It's the innocent Christ child within us.
Less than 100.
Yes. And all it wants to do is be. It just wants to be what it is, which is created by God. It just wants to be as it was created to be, created by God. Love, innocent, free, joy, eternal. Whereas the mind is, there's something else I need to be besides me. That's the mind in this scenario. Okay, good question. Thank you. All right. Okay, beautiful. Okay, so then it says this. In this connection, there is a poem about the Holy Family that says, where tricks of words are never said, and mercy is as plain as bread. Okay, so that's, I'm going to show you now. This is notated. So Robert Perry went and found what that reference was from. Where tricks of words are never said, then what was it? then mercy is as plain as bread. Okay, so that comes from a poem called "The Wise Men" by G.K. Chesterton. All right, and so what its meaning is that the soul is a place where there is no deception. So you read, that's the answer to your question. The soul is a place where there is no deception, and where the truth of mercy is its daily bread. Yes, exactly. The mind is always deceiving itself. Tricking itself. In the soul, no deception. It just wants to be what it is, instead of deceiving itself into believing something else or being something else. And so when we are in a state of mind where our mind is serving our soul, then there's abundance. There's no starvation. When our mind is serving the soul, then we don't feel hungry for anything, which translates for us, all us wonderful codependent folk, as to less neediness. Something we can all relate to. Okay, neediness. Neediness comes because you are starving. You are hungry. You are starving. And you're only starving because you're denying yourself your daily bread. You're ignoring your soul. Your soul's coming to you like a little child tugging on your sleeve, and you're like, "Get away from me! I'm busy. I just want. Can we play? Can we play now? I've been waiting. Can we play?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm busy. I'm earning a living. What are you doing, little kid?" I can't play. That's not practical at all. Okay? That's what is making us be starving, which makes us needy, which makes us really codependent on each other, because we're needy. Whew. All right. So, that explains that. Oh, it's telling my whole life story.
So it might have to do with that phrase, "I wonder why I did that." That feeling quality
Yes.
comes up, wondering why we did some things and not understanding.
Speaking of needy, look who's here.
I
Yes.
love that saying of Tim Wheater's, "If you don't go within, you go without."
Oh, I
Isn't
love
isn't
that.
beautiful?
If you don't go within, you go without. Love it. Yes, exactly. And then what we typically do is then we go for each other.
Yeah.
We don't look within, we go without, and then we look to each other. Come meet my needs. I'm hungry.
Yeah.
Come meet my needs. You said you love me. You said you love me. So that means that you agreed to meet my needs. You said you love me. And in this world, love means you agreed to meet my needs, the needs I didn't take to God.
All of them.
Yes. Yes. All of them.
All of them.
The more special, the more of those needs that we expect each other to take care of. All right. So, now we're on paragraph 7. All right. Hi, and Jerry says, "Who should I be today?" And Jerry says, "This is the soul. This soul is void of all ego. The soul is void of all ego, our tendencies. The soul doesn't need a single thing." Oh, yeah, Jerry, right on. And Kathy says, "Dear loving right mind, what do you want today? How may I serve you? Instructions are being given now. I remind myself, relax and hear Anna." Okay, ask God questions. He, she loves questions. Yes. You can't irritate God. You can't irritate other people, but you can't ask too much of God. So if you're asking something of others and you notice they feel irritated, that is your clue that you need to take them to God. All right. And if you're feeling hungry and starving for love and starving for joy or whatever you're starving for, then you need to tune into your soul, find out what your soul needs, and take that need to God. And say, God, here's my needs. God never says, you are so needy.
Why did I create you?
Why did I create you? My goodness. Does this ever stop? My God. This is why I created psychotherapists, you know. All right. So then it says, God offers only mercy. That's all God ever offers. Mercy. Not judgment, not criticism, not even instructions, not good advice. God offers only mercy. And so your own words should always reflect only mercy, because only mercy is what you have received. And so only mercy is what you should give. Wow. You mean I'm not supposed to give my good advice? Even I've got lots of good advice. I have a master's degree in good advice. Not my good advice? Not the benefit of my experience? Not some constructive criticism? Are you sure? Oh, come on. Only mercy. You should give only mercy. When someone comes to you with whatever, that's all we should give them. Mercy. Which just is another way of saying release from guilt. Release from guilt.
Thank you.
Release from guilt. Is that what you were
I
going to
was
say?
going to ask you,
Yes.
what
What
is
is mercy? Yes. Release from guilt. Yes.
And just that brings the peace of God, which is the bread, the holy,
Yes,
bread. So it's
exactly, exactly. And that's all the soul wants. Mercy,
Right.
mercy, mercy. That's all the soul wants, mercy, mercy. And so maybe you give words, maybe your mercy comes through words, maybe it doesn't, but the content, let it be mercy. Release from guilt. You are innocent. We are the same. You are innocent. We are the same. Mercy. You're entitled to miracles. Mercy. Don't feel bad. Mercy. So now we know the only thing we should give. So in case you're wondering what to say, if you're talking with somebody and you're wondering what to do and you're wondering what to say, now you know. Only mercy. And if you're giving only mercy, then you don't have to say anything, because it'll be coming from your soul and their soul will receive it and recognize it. You won't even have to say a word. They'll feel your mercy. Okay. But here it's saying words. So, words. All right. So then, and then Kathy says, only mercy. Mercy is release from guilt. Share mercy. Extend mercy. Yes. Amen. Mercy heals. Mercy heals all our eels. I got some eels that only mercy can heal. All right. At least that's what we say in the South when we have right-mindedness. All right. Which ain't that often. So that's why I'm hearing ahihique. All right. Okay. Then it says justice is a temporary expedient or an attempt to teach you the meaning of mercy. So our teacher is using justice, which means fairness, to begin to teach us about mercy. Okay. First we learn fairness, then we learn mercy. It says justice is judgmental, justice's judgmental side arises only because you are capable of injustice, if that's what your mind makes. All right. Now, let's see. I think we have one last pair. Nope. All right.
Come in.
I think Gracie was asking for some mercy. Yeah. Come on, Gracie. Here's some mercy. All right. Well, there's some mercy. She got her own chair. All right. Hold on a second, guys. I'm going to change my camera. It has gone lopsided. Okay. Okay. So since we only have 15 more minutes, I think what I'm going to do is just talk about the concepts, any questions or comments, and then we'll do some announcements and the integration meditation with Barbie. Okay? So let me just ask you guys, what is it that you think you heard? What is it that you feel you heard? What is it that you experienced in hearing these ideas tonight?
Could you talk a little bit more about the daily use of mercy and the release of guilt?
Okay. So Barbie is saying, could speak more to the daily use of mercy and release from guilt. Okay. So having the awareness that everybody who is coming to you is calling for love. They feel guilty. They feel shame. They may not be aware of that, but that's what the ego is, and that's what we've all learned. So the awareness that everyone who's sent to us has a call for love going on, whatever they're saying or doing. And what they're really asking for is mercy. And they've been sent to us to offer mercy. Now, I may offer mercy talking about the football team. Because that's the language they speak. If they are an engineer, I'm going to speak to them, I'm going to offer them mercy in the language that an engineer speaks. If they are an artist, then I will speak to them, I will offer mercy in the language that an artist would speak. But whatever words I use are just the delivery device for mercy. The content is always mercy. I wouldn't say to somebody, if somebody was in front of me and they didn't know that they were suffering from guilt, then I wouldn't say, well, you feel guilty, and so I'm going to give you mercy. Here's some mercy. You know, if somebody wouldn't understand that, and if somebody doesn't think that's their problem, then for me to tell them that that's their problem actually is an attack. If somebody comes to me and they're suffering, but they don't know that they're suffering because of fear, or because they're starving their soul, or they feel guilty about something and they need mercy, and I say, you know, oh, well, you just feel guilty, and that's because you think you separated from God, and that's because you did it. And they don't, that's not their language, that's not their understanding. That is not loving. That's not offering them mercy. That's setting it up where they're going to be like, what? Which is a feeling of separation. Why are you saying that? That's not how I feel. That's not what's going on with me. You understand? So you listen for the word, for the language they speak. It said that the higher mind is a good translator, a good healer, a good teacher is a good translator. So if they are into sports, you offer mercy through talking about sports. If they're the taxi driver, you offer mercy talking about the sights or whatever. Okay, so does that answer that question? Okay. All right, what else? What else comes up as you hear these ideas?
I like being reminded that when I'm weak, that we're going back.
Yes,
the
the
beginning,
beginning, yes.
When I'm weak, then that's when I can really be strong, knowing that God is always ready
Yes,
to help.
yes,
And I need to remember to ask first. That
Yes.
was a good point, because
yes,
I very often go, okay, I've
yes,
done everything
yes.
I can.
I've tried to meet my needs myself.
Right. And then that's when the power happens,
Yes.
because I can step aside and let God be God. And,
That's right. That's right.
And know He cares for me.
Yes. Your true power comes because you've cast your cares upon God. You brought your needs to God. Yeah. Not because you tried to do it yourself. Yes. Yes. And we're learning to develop the habit of taking our needs to that relationship.
Exactly.
So we've mastered taking our needs to a relationship, just the wrong one.
Yeah, exactly.
Just the wrong ones, right? And so we already know how to take our needs to a relationship. Good. So now we take them to the source relationship, our source relationship. Okay. Yes.
And to always be remembering to ask. It doesn't just say
Yes,
ask and you'll receive it.
Yes.
Also says somewhere in the Bible that you have not because you ask not.
Yes. Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's right.
So always remembering to ask. Don't be afraid to ask.
Exactly.
Because everyone here,
Yes.
everyone,
Exactly.
and that time for me.
Exactly. Yes. Exactly. And it's not like God won't answer you until you ask. It's not till you ask that you realize that you've already received. Now your perception is enlarged. Beautiful. Let's see, anybody else? Patricia says, Anna's affirmation and rephrasing of statements is mercy. Beautiful. Is mercy. Beautiful. Thank you, Patricia. Awesome. And Kathy says, yes, I love to hear God's answers no matter what. God hears my call, and it is in cultivating my will, my mind to remember to ask God. Yes, we're learning. We're creating a new habit, new pattern. All right. Okay, so now, so we're going to stop here. I'm just going to do announcements, and then we'll do the integration meditation. So announcements are, don't forget to check out my website, annikujawa.com, to learn more about my holistic counseling practice, Miracle Psychotherapeutics. And I'm going to be live streaming still on Mondays and Wednesdays, and possibly in my morning sessions now here too. So yeah. So the morning sessions are going to be 9:30 a.m. GST, right? Mexico time, GST. Okay. So whatever is Mexico, it's 1 hour earlier than Mountain Standard Time. So anyway, but I'll put a notice out on Facebook so you can look for that if you want to see that. Awesome. Now, here we go. So now we're going to do our integration meditation. In the integration meditation, we take the ideas that we heard and we use them. We take them into our soul and we use them so that we can, so that they can be incorporated, integrated into our mind. So take a breath, close your eyes, and just relax into now. Welcome back home to the now, where you are at home, where your soul can be itself in the now. In your soul, in the now, you know you need do nothing but be here now. Beautiful. Now I want want you to bring to your awareness a situation or a relationship in which you have been experiencing starvation, where you've been denying yourself your daily bread, and you've been feeling hungry, you've been feeling needy, and maybe you took those needs to another human and still felt hungry, still felt empty. And I want you to bring that situation or relationship to your awareness. And I want you to see it in your mind's eye. And breathe. Take a breath. Take a breath. Beautiful. Now, what I want you to do is I want you to now tune your awareness inward to make contact with your soul. That innocent child in yourself that just yearns to be itself in innocence. Tune in to your soul. That part of you that knows it doesn't need to do anything to be completely loved. It knows it is love. And I want you to ask your soul, soul, I'm sorry I've been asking you to serve my mind. I apologize, my soul. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I ignored you and put you off and didn't listen to you as if what I thought was more important than how you felt. I'm sorry. And breathe. Feel your soul. It is your heart. It is the Christ child in you. Now I want you to ask your soul, what do you need, soul? What do you need right now? What do you want? And allow for a moment your mind to serve your soul. How do you feel, soul? What are you, soul? How can I serve you, soul? And breathe. Now, I want you to bring that situation or relationship back to your awareness that you have been experiencing lack, not enough, starving for love, starving for freedom, starving for peace, starving for joy. Now I want you to look at this person or these people, and I want you in some way to offer them mercy. Maybe where you had been judging them, maybe where you had been giving them your needs, maybe you had been giving them guilt. Maybe you had been giving them scripts and expectations. Maybe you had been bringing your needs to them and pressing your needs upon them with guilt. And so now we offer them only mercy. So maybe we say to them, you are perfect, you are innocent, you need do nothing.
Innocent, you need do nothing, nothing. You are innocent, child of God, holy child, holy child. Holy child of God, you are innocent, precious, holy, pure in the sight of God, holy, holy, holy child. Have mercy, heavenly mercy, flowing down like a river, flowing down like a river.
And now offer that mercy to yourself. Give it to yourself. You are forgiven.
You are
Your past is over, it can touch you not. Begin to bring your awareness back to the room, back to your body, remembering that you can return to this holy relationship anytime, anywhere, for free. No cost, ever. Thank you guys for joining us. Thank you for joining this healing circle. Thank you guys. Thank you so much, Barbie. That was incredible. Woo-wee. Dang. They may not let you leave. All right. Appreciate you guys. I know, that's that. Appreciate you guys, and see you next time I see you.